After what felt like 5 very, very fast days, it was time to pack up the van and head to our next adventure. We had a little spot down in the back corner and there were some back gates, but these weren't open. You actually entered from the front of the caravan park. There was a little bit of road noise, but at night it settled down. You couldn't hear a thing. Interesting if you had a bigger van. I don't know how you'd go sort of getting around. They're drive-through sites, but they take 2, so that might be a little bit interesting for anyone thinking to stay here with a bigger van. This park is part of the Big 4 chain. It is close to everything. It is well maintained. The people are very friendly, and I would think about staying here again in the future. Even though I knew we had a little bit of time left of our holiday once we got back to Tassie, it still felt a little bit sad making this drive down the main street for the last time. We'd really enjoyed our time here at Lakes Entrance, but unless we go back to work, we really can't afford to keep doing this, so it's a double-edged sword. It was around about a 3.5 to 4 hour trip back through to Melbourne. The roads were straight and we've forgotten how much driving can take out of you after having a 5-day break. What was really interesting is that this way into Melbourne was much more scenic than any of the other roads that I'd taken in the past. We did stop at Pakenham on the way. There was a couple of things we needed to pick up for the A-van. And while we were here, we decided to check out a few of the other vans that were out for sale. Clearance is the only issue that we really have in our van. Something a little bit higher would allow us to get into places that we can't currently with the van we have. Other than clearance and obviously the 4-wheel drive option, the vans look similar, and this is the layout that we prefer out of all the vans. And I did say prefer because at this price we're a long way off. We're at Pakenham in Victoria, just outside the city. We stopped into the A-van place because we had to buy some of these. This A-van is so low to the ground that every time we go over something, we keep breaking the feet off. We're just on our way out and Jeff said, I wonder if they can raise it, so he's gone back in to ask. We did make a post on Facebook, A-vanners, and we had all these people talking about how they like it the way it is, which didn't really answer our question. So we're going to have it actually answered by the experts. Here he comes. So the answer to that question is, not sure, going to bring us back. And by the way, we're still waiting. Now, I don't know about all of you, but when I start seeing the city skyline, that's when I usually start to have a little bit of an anxious meltdown, hoping to God that we don't end up in the city loop having to deal with trams. Fortunately, GPS is a great thing. Not so great when you go through the tunnels, and it did drop out on us, so we were in the far right lane, needed to be in the far left, typical sort of thing. But we managed to nose our way through some traffic, a few toots of the horn, and we were right. Yep, we were on Montague Street. That was the street we wanted to be on. The traffic was just like we would expect, and we had the sign for the ferry up a little bit further along. It's going to be a real different experience when this whole thing is sent out to Geelong. What we did find good at Melbourne was that once you actually found the pier, you head around on a beach street and you come across a really nice parkland, and lots of people waiting for the Spirit will actually park along this road. You've got access to public toilets, and you can go for a bit of a stroll and have a look at the harbour, or the bay I should say, Port Phillip Bay. You can also get a sense of when the cars are actually starting to be loaded onto the boat, because you can see from here when they start to line up, so it gives you an indicator of when it's right to go around to the terminal to get started. Well, the cars are starting to load on, so that was our signal to get moving. So back along Beach Street. It's actually a really nice part of town here in Port Melbourne. I might come down and stay one day. Been to this cruise terminal a few times.
Last time.
Hey?
Last time.
Last time? No, not necessarily.
No, this will be the last time.
This will be the last time in the car, but we'll definitely be here.
No, this will be the last time for the Spirit.
It won't be the last time we come here though,
No,
because I'll be walking up that steps
Cruise.
and then going up onto the Scarlet Lady. That's my intention.
lady.
Yeah.
Hey, lady.
That's happening.
There's no sign saying dance means.
Numbers in the yellow line that you see there. So they measure you before you get onto the Spirit. So we're wondering whether or not their hold-ups here is because when they actually have a look down along the bottom, if people haven't paid for the right measurement, they're actually in charge extra as they come on. So make sure you measure your van like we have. Windscreen's dirty. Hey,
No, I'm not gonna
you
do
can have a look at the
that.
video. It's full of bug poo.
There's been a lot of
Bug
bugs.
guts.
A lot of bugs today.
There have been a lot of bugs.
Well, after nearly an hour wait,
We're getting on.
we're getting on. Guts.
Oh, he's outside, isn't it? Lots of them actually. Lots of them.
Please turn off headlights.
Turn off headlights.
Go turn off.
They're on auto, aren't they? You can turn them off.
Dim the lights again.
Okay. And we're in. Always giving you the nod. He's happy. Happy days. The one main difference that we found on our way back on the Spirit was that the menu item had changed. The buffet was now $35, but it had an all-inclusive Tasmanian menu, and it was delicious. Now, $35 may seem a lot, but you can go back as many times as you want, and the food is just superb. And I tell you what, it was really nice. If you feel a bit homesick and you get on the boat and you have this, yum.
What's this?
This is yum. Buffet time. Dessert included more oysters. Chocolate tart and a cola. And remarkably enough, the lemonade is just delicious. Once we had dinner out of the way, we then hit the deck to watch the sail away as the sun was setting. And I think that every seagull in Australia was chasing us out. I'm also happy to tell you all that the cabin was actually at a good temperature. It wasn't frying my brains out. The cabins are always really clean. A softer mattress might go a long way maybe. Have a little light behind your head that you can turn on if you want to do some reading or something at night time. I'm just having a bit of a lay down. I ate way too much in the buffet and feeling a bit bloated, and we are actually getting in at 5:30 tomorrow, and they usually wake you up about an hour, 45 minutes before then to get you showered and up so you can get in your car and clear out. So it's going to be an early one. I left Jeff at the bar on his own, so who knows when he's going to end up coming back. Well, it's time for me to head to sleep for my early morning start tomorrow. We've had an absolute ball on this road trip, and we've got more adventures in Tasmania coming up, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of those future videos. And thank you so much for stopping by and sharing in our journey with us. I will catch you in the next one.